Good evening, everybody. I am Mr. First Down. I am your favorite Titans fan. Boy, it's been one heck of a week. We're in a new year, the new Fanboys Unleashed, the very first episode of 2026. Here we are. Delighted to have you here with me, ready to talk NFL football with you. Let's hop into it right after the intro, baby. See you soon. Welcome back, everybody. Fanboys Unleashed. Happy to be here. Happy to be with you guys. Hope you're all having a wonderful 2026 so far. We are only in day 2 of it, which is kind of crazy to me. It's so nuts that the Passover from year to year, it happens all the time, but it feels a little different every time. Much how NFL seasons change and go, ebb and flow, teams change, all of those things. Excited to be here with you guys this Friday evening. Anyway, we start out with this. There's been a bit of a front office shakeup with the Titans. Not anybody getting fired or anything, which is nice to know. It'd be nice to have a calendar year without somebody being fired or let go. But it's a bit of a change up. And honestly, I don't think it's a change up that should really be taken as it has been. I think that they had to make this change up to kind of get things going in the right direction, especially for a coaching search, especially for signing players and everything like that. Everybody needs to know what they're talking to, clear lines of communication, who you're answering to, all of those things, all super important. Now, I also believe things were getting done under the old way. But we'll get into that. First, I'll read the statement from our owner, Amy Adams Strunk. As we conclude this season this Sunday and approach the offseason, we remain more dedicated than ever to you, this team, Nashville, and the whole state as we build a strong foundation for the future. A few weeks ago, Chad and Mike approached me, that's Chad Brinker and Mike Borgonzi, to discuss their evaluation of the past season. Over the past few years, several job descriptions in our football organizations were established to address specific situations and challenges that existed at the time. After working together for the past year, they believe, and I agree, there's long-term benefit to clarifying and honing the focus areas of our football leadership. For that reason, we're returning to a front office that feels more straightforward to them and to me. Going forward, Mike will serve as general manager in the most traditional sense, picks and supporting players, oversee the coaching staff, while Chad will continue to lead everything else about the football team. For example, Mike will manage the 53-man roster and lead the head coaching search. Chad will continue to serve as president of football operations, leading strategic functions, including salary cap management, analysis, research, and development, and other football departments. Both will report to me, and their collective goal is to return the football team to the championship caliber you deserve. We all forever grateful for your loyalty and support. I genuinely believe the best is yet to come for the Tennessee Titans and soon. Boy, I hope so, Amy. I hope so. Well, good on them. This is a good move to make a little clarification. I think what I think happened here. Oh, well, thank you very much. 3 Guys, 6 Balls NFL podcast. That's a fun title. They always do a good job. I always watch their clips. I really need to dive in there, make time to listen to more and more of their podcasts. I've listened to a couple. I want more, baby. I need more. You guys do a great job. Thank you for the retweet. But I'll dive into this for just a bit. I think the reason that they had the command structure the way it was due to the previous GM, Rand Carthon, spending money like a drunken sailor on shore leave. I think it's also that he was people were doing jobs in the front office that they weren't pertaining to. I think Rand was just not ready for the job to be an NFL GM. So I think they needed to figure out if Mike Borgonzi was also going to try to spend money like a drunken sailor and go off the deep end and, all of those things. So and try to tell us that Will Levis is a starting quarterback. That might be Rand's biggest sin. Who still says Will Levis is a dog? I don't believe so. Oh, and not to mention hiring Brian Callahan. He was a big mover and pusher in that regard. So I think they kept the weird command structure to keep an eye on Borgo. Now that he looks like he's drafted a great class, we can move forward and make him the official de facto GM. That is my theory about why they had the weird command structure to begin with. But either way, it's all done now. We are moving forward. Mike Borgonzi is a keen football mind. He has drafted very well this first class, and we're going to move in to picking the next head coach, probably the biggest head coaching hire that I'm about to experience. They're all big, but this one feels like just the magnitude of it. This will decide if you're going to find success early or not. This is very, very interesting who they're going to pick. And of course, they've added more to the list now. You notice there's Bob Saleh, Robert Saleh is on the list. So is Vance Joseph. I imagine there'll be a lot more names before it's all said and done. Excuse me. Of course, you have your retreads, I imagine Arthur Smith and Jim Schwartz, both with close connections to the organization, will be trying out for that job. I have a little thing here called your brain, your gut, and your heart. I need to know, if you're out there in chat, who you think it's going to be with your gut, your brain, or your heart. So, 3 Guys, 6 Balls NFL podcast. Great stuff. Which coach is at the top of your list? So, my brain says Mike McCarthy should be at the top of our list. Now, I know some people balk at that, but the guy comes in to the Cowboys, gets 12-win season without turning over the whole roster. He gets 3 12-win seasons in a row. So I think that's very appealing. I think he could do good work for Cam. Now, like, what I want would be somebody untried, which is not going to happen. You got guys that are up for it. Jesse Minter, Halfley, Chris Shula. We see the names. I haven't seen Clint Kubiak, but I would imagine he will be on the list. I think Clint Kubiak is very intriguing, but they might be looking for a retread here just because Brian Callahan was so catastrophic. Oh, just awful coaching. He didn't even know how to call plays, and there he is calling plays as the head coach. Just an absolute horrible hire. So I think with Mike McCarthy, you get the experience, a guy that's won a Super Bowl before and has turned around teams before pretty quickly. So I think that will build you a nice foundation for however long that lasts. It's an odd thing, sometimes teams just figure him out and all of a sudden he's gone. So it's really interesting. Mike McCarthy. It's very fascinating. I have a dark horse, though. My dark horse is Burke, the defensive coordinator for the Texans, who was here at one time as an assistant. I think Burke, this is a simplistic view of this, by the way. So I just want to be clear on that. Burke is from Dartmouth, and I like smart people, right? Dartmouth is a Ivy League kind of college, I think. Showing my intelligence with that comment. And I like smart people in charge of my team. So I would, Burke would be up there for me as far as guys coming in and getting a fresh shot of it, not a retread or anything like that. That would be kind of nice to go for. I would be very curious who he hires as his offensive coordinator. I'd be very curious how he feels that Cam should be developed and everything like that. Though Cam is coming along just fine since the bye week. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. I love it. I absolutely love it. And we'll see what they're going to do against these Jaguars. What I think is going to happen is we're going to get rolled over and I can get the hell out of this season as quick as possible. Anyone associated with the Texas defense deserves a chance. Absolutely. So Burke is my dark horse. I think it's just really easy to pick McCarthy, if that makes any sense. I think it's interesting because Paul Kaharski, a local reporter here, one of my absolute favorites, doesn't do softball. He's an old man shaking fist at the sky sometime, but usually very solid. He doesn't think it's going to be Nagy. And if he thinks it's not going to be Nagy, I bet he's got someone on the inside saying it's not Nagy. So I find that intriguing. I'm waiting till the other beat reporters and ESPN Titans coverage, Sharon Davenport, or somebody else to kind of say that as well. That is intriguing to me because it seems like everybody thinks it's Nagy right out the gate. I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I imagine Mike McCoy will get a head coaching chance, an interview at least. But come on, he's not making it. Everybody knows you're doing it to be polite and whatnot. I would like some other guys on the team like Denard Wilson, our DC. I think he is a very confident guy and deserves a head coaching chance. I mean, at least take a look, don't be rude or anything like that. Bones, our special teams coordinator, the guy that has pulled Chim DK from a fourth round draft pick into one of the best kick returners in the NFL. He leads all purpose yards. He's a rookie kick returner, the first rookie kick returner to, well, not the first, but he's broken the all purpose yards barrier. I would have thought he would probably get a look as well. I probably not, but you never know. They are doing a very thorough job, as they should. And the good thing, if you're the Titans, is you've had a head start on all of this. You fired Brian Callahan all the way back in week 6 or 7, something like that. So you've had a long time to look at it, and they're going to pick their guy. So I'm intrigued by several people, though. The offensive coordinator, Matt LaFleur's brother, I think it's Mike LaFleur, the OC from the Rams. I'm intrigued by that. I'm intrigued by Clint Kubiak. I said that one. I would even venture the guess if Kevin Stefanski got out of Cleveland, I would be okay with Kevin Stefanski. I don't think that would be bad. Do you think anyone else on the same level as Sean McVay or Ben Johnson will be available this offseason? I'm not sure there is. I'm not sure there is either. I don't think so. What I've discovered, three guys, is that everybody jumped on all these offensive coordinator guys, but nobody jumped on the defensive kind of guys. And now I think people are starting to jump on the defensive kind of guys. So I'm really interested in that kind of thing. I keep going back to Burke in my head over and over, the DC of the Texans. It just, I don't know. I'm intrigued by that pick, if that makes any sense. I think that would be kind of fun. But anyway, so would Mike LaFleur or whatever. I'd be curious about Kevin Stefanski just because he gets out of the Browns, which, gave him 8 quarterbacks this year, a front office that has been a jumbled, awful mess. But I also have to reiterate, we are Titans fans. You've seen the last 2 years. Who are we to turn up our nose at anybody? And yet I see it every week. Oh, we can't hire this guy. Oh, we can't hire this guy. What? Why? Why can't you? Like, things change. Like, obviously, the guys that are retreads got fired because they weren't good at their job or the team was bad, and maybe it wasn't their fault. Maybe some of it was. More than likely, some of it was. Maybe most of it. But these guys get another chance because they have head coaching experience, and maybe they've learned something. There was an article in The Athletic about Matt Nagy a couple of days ago, and he talked about what he would do differently, what went wrong in Chicago. He even stated that he wouldn't be calling plays if he got a head coaching job again. So there are all these things that enter into the equation when it comes to picking your coach. I'm kind of curious about Chris Shula as well. I think Chris Shula is an interesting pick. But when it comes to new defensive coordinators, I like Burke. He has a great beard, and we gotta support us bearded brethren to be picked up and ready to go. Okay. So coaching should be pretty crazy. I'm excited about it, but you just don't really know where it's going to go from here. So We are entering the final. We got to enjoy these games, everybody. We got to enjoy these games. This is the last week of the regular season. Enjoy these games because it won't be before long where you'll be sitting in the off season wishing you had a terrible Thursday night football game to watch. So just remember that. I know the draft is still a ways away, but which players are you hoping the Titans pick up? I want a wide receiver. Look, I know there's tons of defensive ends here and everything like that, but screw that. Okay. I have a decent defense. I would like a better defense, and maybe an edge puts you over the top. I'm not a talent evaluator, but I do know this. I have a rookie quarterback that is in desperate need of somebody to catch the ball. Bring me Tate, please. Bring me Tate. Put him in there. And then you can sign somebody like an Alec Pierce or something from the Colts to be your number 2, and you can keep DK at slot or find somebody else if you want to. But I really want a wide receiver at number 1 if you're not going to trade out. Because if you get a good trade offer, this team needs a lot of help. You can jump out and get out of it. If nobody's giving you a good trade offer, then, stick and pick. Take for Jeremiah. I don't want to take again. I'm so tired. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Oh, I don't want to take again. That guy is a horse, an absolute Clydesdale on the football field. Just, man, it's hard not to be excited about that kind of thing. I'll tell you that right now. Jeremiah Smith, man, what a dog, an absolute dog. But I would like Tate. If they're going to stick and pick, I'll take Tate. But boy, if you get a good trade down offer, load up, baby. Go get him. Mike Borgonzi said publicly, that's the Titans GM, in case you didn't know, said that the greatest currency they have is draft picks. If they can get more, he would be all about it. Plus, the next 5 years, they want to get, I think, 15 or 12 in the top 100. And that gets you a step closer. Beast. He is a beast. That guy is a monster, a freak of nature. I would totally take him without any ifs, ands, or buts about it. What do we think about poor Mendoza? He's going to be in a Raiders jersey. God bless him. That's a lot to put on that kid. That poor team. It's one thing, like, I know my team's bad. I'm not foolish from that regard. And even the Raiders beat us earlier in the year. I don't think they beat us now. We seem to, ever since the bye, kind of put it all together. But I sit here and I'm like, well, at least I can look at my rookies and there's hope and everything like that. And then that's not nice. Maybe he'll transform the whole roster, guys. Give the guy a chance. He put a whooping on Alabama, which warmed the cockles of my heart. I'll tell you that right now. But it's, man, Raiders have a lot of work to do. They have more work than I have to do, which is crazy to think about. You got to find your starting quarterback. You've got to do all these things. I already know what my quarterback is. I just have to build a team around him, The Raiders will be bad until Mark Davis changes his haircut. What's wrong with the bull haircut? It's not in fashion anymore? No. Yeah. Him and his dad, both eccentric people, both crazy eccentric people, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So there's that. All right, so the game Sunday, Sunday, Monster Truck Rally. We have our list of games. First, we have a big important game here. The Panthers and Buccaneers. I believe if the Panthers win this, they can get in there. The Buccaneers desperately need to win it, or things will get out of hand for them, and they will be on the outside looking in. It is so crazy to me. I look at Tampa, and I said at the beginning of the year, like, oh my gosh, Baker Mayfield's going to win MVP. They look so good. They look like an absolute complete team, ready to take on anybody. And then they just cratered. They just look bad. I don't even know how to put it. It just stinks. I did not like it. And this is happening tomorrow, Saturday. So that's going to be fun. That's at 3:30. At 7 p.m. tomorrow for a absolute treat, the battle for the NFC West top spot. Seahawks and 49ers. Oh my gosh. I am going to be so glued to that game. I might do a TikTok live with it. I don't know. I'm going to be so glued to that game. I cannot wait. That game is going to be so much fun. I'm going Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks for this one. I got a feeling. Woo-hoo. It's going to be a good night. But Seahawks. So what a revelation Sam Darnold has been. When I do the end of year, I'll do an end of year episode like this one, and I have a notebook with all the takes that I have. And I actually have some good ones. Now I have bad ones too, plenty of bad, but this is the first year I've had slightly more good ones than bad ones. So maybe I'm getting smarter. I'm getting a little wiser, a little older, a little wiser. But one of my bad ones was Sam Darnold is leaving that umbrella of KOC, and it's going to be bad. He's not bad. I mean, he looks bad sometimes, but he's not bad. The Bucs OC scored 38 on the Seahawks and 30 on the 49ers back-to-back weeks, and then decided their playbook sucked and changed everything. Why? It didn't suck. Why do that? It's more, I mean, the playbook's bad, but even Baker looks rough and everything. I don't know if we've just been injured too much and it's just added up. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. It's just, man. All right. Colts and Texans. Texans definitely going to win this one. Keep pace. Poor Riley Leonard's about to be fed to the dogs, unfortunately. I feel bad for Phillip Rivers. That was kind of like, hey, it's over, baby. You know, he came in for just a little bit. It's amazing how a guy come in at 44, but because he's a good pocket passer, can still make things happen for you. Absolutely amazing. Browns at the Bengals. This is we're at our Sunday slate. The Colts and Texans are on Sunday at 12. Also at 12, Browns and Bengals. That's Central Time, just for you East Coast and West Coast people. They're going to the Bengals. So if they were going to Cleveland, I'd be a little more concerned about the Bengals because Joe Burrow has a hard time in Cleveland. I don't think he's going to have a hard time this time. But who knows? Maybe Sanders has a good game. Sanders definitely deserves a shot at the starting job, but he needs to compete for it. I don't think you just hand over the keys to him and whatnot. We're also curious if Kevin Stefanski's still there. The front office guys are still there. Things could be on the move in Cleveland. It's interesting off seasons, to say the least. Saints and Falcons. Big game also. Falcons need to win. Saints have been just great. Fantastic, really. I mean, I got an up close and personal look with Chris Olave getting free off the line because all of my starters on the secondary are injured. So we had to start a guy that was literally delivering pizzas last week. I'm not joking. He was delivering pizzas. And a bunch of no-name guys in the secondary. So, but hey, Tyler Shuck got it done. What a great fun time into the season he's having here. I thought him and Cam both played well that game. So Saints and Falcons going to be interesting. It would be the Falcons to beat the Rams like they did and then lose to the Saints. It is just bizarre to me. Packers, Vikings. It doesn't really matter. I'll say Vikings, I guess, because the Vikings are at home because the Packers are not even they're not trying here. There's every starter under the sun with the Packers is not going to be out there. So, and then I read the quote today, and I don't know if it's real or not. You got to be careful with the internet stuff. But whoever's the head of the Packers, I can't remember his name, but he said, I don't care about August football in January or something like that, which I thought was pretty clever, actually. Titans and Jaguars. Don't worry. I am a fanboy. I love this team. Obviously, I love this team. I go to all the home games. Haven't missed in 13 years. 13 years. We're going to get our butts kicked tomorrow. And when we do, it's fine because you're going to get a low draft pick and you're going to start to turn this thing around. So, Cowboys and Giants. I got to go Cowboys here. Dak does really well against guys in the division. He's very good, actually, if you look at his overall record against them. Dak likes beating the guys in his division, and good for him. Good for him. The Cowboys another interesting team to look at in the offseason about their moves they're going to make. Cardinals at Rams. I'm picking Rams here. The Cardinals are about to probably be done with Kyler Murray. Probably done. No, definitely need to be done with Jonathan Gannon. It's going to be interesting because it'll be like, but not as bad when the Denver Broncos were paying Russell Wilson a ton of money just not to play for them. Kyler Murray's going to be paid probably a lot of money for just not to play with them. I'm curious what they're going to do. Chiefs and Raiders. Poor Raiders, man. I think the Chiefs can probably get this done with all Dukin. By the way, I do the Street Fighter noise. Oh, you can every time I hear O'Dukin's name. It's hard for me to separate that. Commanders and Eagles. Eagles should take care of this. But you never know. Commanders could be a little wily sometime, even when their season's over. But man, the Commanders, poor Jalen Daniels, this whole season's just kind of been derailed for them. I kind of hope it took Cliff Kingsbury because I just don't believe in Cliff Kingsbury when they're saying he could be one of the top guys for the Titans head coach. I'm like, God, I hope not. No, thank you. Dolphins, Patriots. The Patriots have already done their thing, but they can win for seeding. So belt to ass because the Dolphins are going up north in cold weather to play the Patriots. Not ideal. Not ideal. But they're interesting too. I've got a decent, maybe I won't say they're going to have an interesting offseason, but it is curious. I guess Mike McDaniels will survive another year based on what's happening. But now Tua being down and stuff like that, that's a lot of money to sit on your bench. You know what I mean? Two-Tone Production says the future is bright in Tennessee. I agree, buddy. Let's keep it going. Tighten up to you, too. Two-Tone Productions is a great dude and a great follow. I suggest you do it. I suggest it. I demand it. I demand you do it. Oh, man. Lions and Bears. I think the Bears are just playing for seeding here. A collapse like the Lions. There's several teams that have collapsed this year, Colts, Lions, got to be probably somebody else in there somewhere. But Lions are having a rough time. I really thought, I think that you just can't lose as much as they did on your staff and still think everything's just going to be hunky-dory. It looked like it was going to be hunky-dory, and then it backfired for sure. Oh, thank you, Two-Tone Productions. I'm happy to help out. But, yeah, the Lions going to be interesting to see what they do. Can I say interesting anymore? Maybe I can say it 8 more times or something. Chargers at Broncos. Oh, boy. Broncos want to hold on to that seed, get things going. They're going to take it to, I believe, what's his name starting for the Chargers? I can't remember his name. The quarterback from Wisconsin, maybe. I don't remember his name. It's going to come to me at 3 a.m., and then I won't be able to tell you guys. But Broncos are going to win that game. I hope, unless Bo Nix decides not to play to the fourth quarter or whatever he does. Bo Nix, man, that guy's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Not like Scatterbo crazy, but crazy. Jets and Bills. Poor Jets, dude. Trey Lance, thank you. 3 Guys, 6 Balls NFL podcast. You guys rock. I was sitting there, and I was like, I know this name. I just can't think of it. I'm a little tired. Jets and Bills. Bills, God bless the Jets, man. I don't even know where you begin if you're a Jets fan. I'm sure people smarter than me can come up with a good strategy to kind of dig them out of hell. But that's just rough. And last but not least, my favorite game of the weekend. I demand that every time these two teams play each other, it should be in prime time because it's always a bloody big game. Ravens, Steelers, Sunday Night Football. I cannot wait. And I am selfishly rooting for the Ravens to get in because they traded with us for a player named Draymond Jones, and he hit his sack quota. So if the Ravens make the playoffs, the 5th round pick they traded us becomes a 4th-round pick. So I am selfishly rooting for the Ravens to win that game. Sorry, Papa needs his draft picks. All right, I don't know what to tell you, but that's it. That's the final season of the NFL. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy that that's it? It just kind of sneaks by you. It hasn't really snuck by me because it's been such a brutal season, but it's more like, oh, thank God, merciful God, it's almost over if you're a Titans fan. But hey, you're heading into it. Titans have a lot on their plate, a lot of things to do. So that means constant excitement. I am going to be definitely glued to my phone to see how many coaches they're interviewing and stuff like that, who they're interviewing. Oh, I can't wait to see more of the list as coaches are added to it over and over again. It's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be really interesting. Yeah, I love it. I love it. We all love it. Be sure to hang out with me, to like and subscribe the channel because I'm going to be talking NFL all year round. I've already got stuff. I've got lists picked up. I'm having guests lined up, ready to roll. We're going to talk football all the way through the off season and get it done. My picks for the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year before the season started were Rams and Bills. I'm sticking with it. I think the AFC is a crazy place right now, and I think anybody can get through and jump on top of there and take over. So I think Bills and Rams are my Super Bowl pick. I'm sticking with it, baby. Sticking with it. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. And we made it 30 minutes. Isn't that fun? I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Happy New Year to all of you. And I will see you at the next video for Fanboys Unleashed. Have a good evening, everybody.